Morning everyone. You're not going to believe this. I'm planning to come to the allotment early this morning, and it is early. So I got up, looked at my watch, and it, bleary eyes, no glasses on. So I get up, get ready, and when I realise it's 5:30, not 6:30, I think, oh my God, it's what's the time now? Just gone 6 a.m. I mean, I wouldn't have been here. 7 a.m. was what I was planning. But hey ho, it's a beautiful sunny morning. You can hear the bird song, fantastic, and the first coffee of the day. So what I'd like to do is show you what's new, because I had the birthday plants that I never told you about. I gave you a hint. I'm really looking forward to showing you what they are. Oh, magpie. Hello, Mr. Magpie, how's your wife? Yeah. So, there, let's come and have a look. Just try and see if you can see. I'll do a quick drone clip of this area when I first got the allotment. So you can see the difference. I do need to do another drone footage, but first of all, can you see that? That's a pomegranate. And apparently it has a 5-metre spread, but it will allow me time to sort this area out, because I have to clear this. These are all spring onions that need to be pulled up and eaten, but I'm leaving them while that's small. There's no worries. And I will sort out the weeds and cover it basically with cardboard and probably wood chip, because it's got such a big spread. A pomegranate's very exciting birthday plant. That's one of how many? Let me just think. 1 of 4. So, yeah, pomegranate there, and I probably will have to move the rhubarb. That's fine, I can do that soon. I just need to find a new place for that, and that's where this sort of whole development area along here needs to be sorted in the next month. This all needs sorting, and then coming along down here, plant number 2 for the birthday plant, more like a tree. Does need a few things. I think it was planted a bit too deep. Thank you, Al, for planting it, but I do think I need to pull away that soil from the base. But it's a plum tree, absolutely fantastic. Czar. I've already given it a very slight prune, because there was a lot more I wouldn't say branches. It's early. Yeah, so that's fantastic. Got new growth on it already. So, and I will keep it at a nice, I mean, they're all both, well, coming to the third plant. Nearly gave it away. The apple tree. Absolutely really happy with this. Do you know what? I left the what they were varieties. I know what the plum was, because I wouldn't forget that. But this is an apple tree. I wish I could remember. I'll probably put it up here, because I've got the thingy at home, on a dwarf rootstock. And again, I was reading one of you sent me an allotment book really early on, and I was browsing it this morning while I was just kind of waiting for time to kill, because I got up so early by mistake. And it did say make sure the ball of the rootstock is not covered, so I need to today move that away. But this is fantastic, and I have pruned this. I am kind of hoping to do an espalier, partly because it's on this, here, but we'll see how that goes. I mean, some branches are in the slight right direction, but it's okay as it is as well. And this area, this would afford shade for Rosie when she comes to lounge in this area when it's a bit bigger. But being on a dwarf rootstock, it shouldn't get a foot higher than 6 foot. Obviously I would prune it as well in all that time. So, I mean, yesterday I was here and I'd put all this here. The wood chips, tree surgeon had come and delivered loads of wood chip. Thank you very much, Mr. Tree Surgeon. And I did lay more cardboard, which is all right there. And all this area needs to be developed where the plum tree is. Developed as in Look, I mean, there's like that black horrible weed suppressant stuff needs to be pulled up. All this horrible old wood needs to be got rid of down the dump. This has to be collapsed and got rid of. It's ugly. And look, I mean, here, let's just show you. Oops. You know, yeah, needs to go. There's a fair bit of weeding to do. I swear that the grass comes up. Don't know if you can see, hold on. The grass comes up through the cardboard. And it's not too bad considering you're covering virtually, obviously, cut versions of that. So a bit of weeding there. Need to sort of sort out the compost bins. One's started, and then I can just put a base layer of cardboard on that one to stop the grass growing through. This was just gifted to me by another allotment holder, so useful, but ideally I'd like to maybe develop that into slightly better, or make the sides higher. That's the plan there. This is where the runner beans were. I sowed too early, too keen. Mistake, but I have sown at home and I have brought them with me, and I've also got a plan to deal with all the snails and slugs, because that is a massive issue at the moment. They seem to be prolific. Onions, yeah, I think somebody's been munching them. Look at this one. Hold on, I've got to just move you. Can you see? Someone's been munching those two, enjoying the onions, which is a real shame. That's lovely and big, that's the biggest one. So they've sort of medium success there. Oh, and I did plant some garlic, and they're, can you see, they're coming up, which is fantastic. I have heard about garlic spray to help deter slugs. More onions, and I need to weed there. They were planted at the same time as those ones over there, so it's interesting how some are bigger and these are slightly not so. Same variety as well. What's growing here? I do need to do my sweet peas. I want to, in fact I must, next time I come, tomorrow, we'll sow some sweet peas. I've got the 2 cucumber plants. I had 4, slugs got, or snails got 2. And in fact, this is where I'm going to have my cucumber climbing trellis type thing. I found one. I'm going to draw it and show you it to you on the next one. Just like a sort of slanting thing like that, so that the cucumbers ideally hang down while the plant grows up the climber thing. Quite a good idea, I thought. Oh, and this is the other plant, or birthday gift, a red currant. And I did buy this from Lidl. It was $3.99 for a lemon tree. Now I need to find out how big that gets, so I can sort of give it its permanent home. This is a massive dill. It's grown huge. I really don't use dill, the herb, so I'm going to have to try and find someone. I've already given 2 away because they seem to sort of self-seed. There's one over there. They seem to self-seed in the ground, and this is right in where the path will be, so it needs to go. So I've got to dig that up, but ideally I want to dig it up and give it to someone, because I think someone said on the comments that they're quite expensive in garden centres, so it'd just be nice to give it away to someone. Oh, and the sage, this is coming along lovely. Oh, let's have a little. Oh, beautiful smell. And it's going to come into flower, which will be really lovely, and that will attract, you know, bees, etc. Now with that one, I don't know what I was thinking, but I thought it was a raspberry in the early days. I mean, it's started to flower. Let's have a little close look. It's actually a blackberry, and I had a lot of blackberries. I'm not sure what to do with that. At the moment I've left it, but it does re-root through the ground, so it is a problematic kind of, you know, how big will it get, all that kind of stuff. If you have any ideas, I mean, I'm tempted to get rid of it and put something else in there, but you know, it's flowering, so yeah, I don't know. I mean, we had loads of, it was full of blackberries all along here, and they'd gone wild because obviously the plot had been left, and it was a real job to get rid of them. Yeah, I'm not sure. So then we come to the end, the other end, and this is a mountain that I have been avoiding to deal with. I mean, I've got to strim it back, and then I think it's where the previous plot holder just sort of dumped their soil stroke weeds, and it's become a pile. So it needs to be flattened. This is where a bed will be here, but I'll probably add more cardboard because it's kind of got a bit wet, which is fine. I'm just always on the hunt for more cardboard. And there's going to be a little bed there, but I'll probably just grow something like bulbs, flowering stuff, because I do want to grow flowers as well. So this is my potato bed, and it does need a little bit of weeding, but the potatoes have started to come through, so I do need to add soil. There's one there, fantastic, and there's another, which is brilliant. Duke of York in there. Then I'd got this off Amazon, and this is a lettuce, and I'm thinking I've got some I've got some cauliflower that I might put right in the middle along here, just whilst I mean, they're going to get bigger, aren't they? Oops. And then maybe lettuce on the other side, because I was watching a Charles Dowding video, and he was talking about catch crops and, you know, fitting as much as you can in, etc. So I'd like to do that. So maybe, like, for instance, between the potato line there, let's sow some beetroot, because it's going to be ages before the potatoes come up. All about timings, he said. It made 100% sense, but obviously you've got to be familiar with timings. So I'm gonna what am I gonna do? Oh, there's another thing. Hold on, wait there. Anyone want a beer? Driven to drink. Thumbnail. Beer traps. That's what I'm planning to do today. So I've got some, you know, like lasagna or bolognese sauce type bottles out of the recycling. Pour this in, especially with the runner beans, because they're starting to eat them at home, the ones that I've left, because they were sort of too mangled by the slugs, snails. And I've got some sweet corn as well to plant. So that's the next job. Cheers, everybody. Right, so I'm just going to plant in the the runner beans, and also create the beer traps. So one there and one there, and hopefully that works. Stop them from bothering them so young. Yeah, that's the plan anyway. Just use my handy bag. Thanks Mel and Suze for this, by the way. Absolutely brilliant. Right, just to get my gloves on. Oh, birds. Should like to do some bird feeding thing. Maybe the birds would eat the slugs and snails. So I need some bird tables or bird feeding stations, you know. I need to do that, encourage the birds to come and eat the snails. Oh, and I've got a pumpkin as well, mustn't forget that. Where to put that? And do I want to cover it to start with? Because I've heard that they will ravage it, the snails and slugs. Ooh. Ooh. Right, how many have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So let's just space them out quite nicely, I think. Yeah. Okay. Pumpkin, go back in the basket. I don't know what to do with you yet. I do like to leave a little bit of a enclave or dip, so that, you know, when you water, it doesn't run off. Where are we going to put this? Let's put the first beer trap here. Got to try and bury the glass so they fall in and die a drunken death. That's the idea anyway. Obviously I have to retrieve it, empty it, and maybe even refill it, because I don't think I've ever done this before, to be fair. Make sure no soil gets in it. And the hedgehogs can't fall in it as well, because the what do you call it? The lid space hole. I don't know what to call it. It's quite small. Hopefully this works. Obviously I've got to put the beer in yet, but I'll wait till I've planted all the runner beans. Put that back in there. Right, keep going. Oh, I'm getting warm actually. I'm going to take my coat off. A robin just flew to the top of this pole, and I'd actually, I don't know if it's the same one, but I was walking, I'm talking quietly because I don't want it to fly away, but I was walking to get the water, to water the runner beans in. It's still there, and it flew really close, so I just stood, and we stood and looked at each other, and then it flew to the ground, and then it flew away, but it flew back again, right close, just literally within minutes of our first meeting. I love robins, beautiful birds, so friendly. Maybe that's my robin for this area. What do you reckon? I think it might be, you know. It's saying hello. So I feel blessed, to be fair, because, well, I mean, you know, a wild creature coming to say hello. How cool is that? Just watered them in. Careful not to put water in the what will be the bear trap. What am I calling it? Bear baits, bear traps. That's it. There's actually a leaf beet here that well, Jimmy sowed it actually really ages ago, and it took a while to grow, but they are growing. So I'm going to water them. I'll also water the lettuce. Right, I want to plant sweet corn next job, but I need to clear that bed, so let's have a look at that, see what needs doing. So this bed here just needs a bit of a quick weed for the stuff that's come through, but other than that it's empty. So my camera battery is really low, so I thought I'd save it for the outro, as it were. Sweet corn's in. I actually added some more soil because it was very thin where the cardboard was, so that's looking great. I've got another wheelbarrow worth of wood chip for that path. Obviously the runner beans are in, but I've done the beer traps. They've got beer in, so that'll be quite well fun to see dead slugs and snails. I don't know. Better the dead there than eating my runner beans. And there's the other one. Yeah. So I'm going to go home now. Thanks everybody. Thanks so much for coming over and subscribing. That's absolutely amazing. Yeah. Oh, the robin came back. It landed on top of this camera, right on top, and it was definitely checking me out. So if I see that same robin every morning, I'll be the happiest person. That's so lovely. I tried to take a photo of it with my phone camera, but my phone camera doesn't work. It's sort of the focus won't work. It's been like that for ages. So I just blurry, which is really annoying. Never mind. It was a real joy to see it, and it landing on top of the camera was quite funny. Yeah, hopefully we'll catch it for real. You never know next time. So thanks again for subscribing and coming over to watch. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you tomorrow.